Hello everyone and welcome to the Scuffed Kitchen. Today we will be making Japanese curry using the legendary golden curry roux. This unique version of curry differs from other traditional curries in taste and ingredients. Japanese curry is often much sweeter and a little bit milder than its Indian and Thai counterparts, and typically includes ingredients such as potatoes, carrots and meat, as well as a roux made from flour, oil and spices. Curry has become an important part of Japanese culture and cuisine, with many regional variations and style of preparation. Speaking of which, this video shows my version of the curry. There are as many versions as there are cooks, so take what you like from this recipe and make your own unique dish. Now, let's talk about the ingredients. Obviously, we will be using authentic Japanese golden curry roux as the flavoring and thickener. The protein today will be chicken. Furthermore, we will be using potatoes, carrots, a big onion, ginger, 1 garlic clove, 2 small bay leaves, mirin, white peppercorns, a little bit of soy sauce, ketchup, chicken stock, and Japanese style rice as side dish. Lastly, a tomato, which I forgot to film. Let's briefly talk about the curry roux. Effectively, this is a block of seasonings, oil and some kind of flour as a thickener. That's basically it. Usually you add this at the end of the cooking process. However, while we're here, and I'm showing this off, a small warning. The suggested blocks here are far too big and unwieldy, which is why I'm cutting them to a much smaller size. Now it's time for the mise en place. As always, begin by sharpening your knife. Afterwards, peel and cut the onion. I like to have a bit of a bite, so big slices are what we'll go for today. After cutting, put them aside. Next, slice and dice the tomato. This will add a nice bit of acidity to the curry later. Next in the vegetable cutting process are the carrots and potatoes. Peel them, then dice the potatoes. For the carrots, I use a typical Japanese cut. Just turn the carrot 90 degrees before making the next slice. It is supposed to look very nice. Smash and peel the garlic, then grate it. For the ginger, I use a spoon to quickly remove the outer skin, then use the same grater to get a fine result. Finally, cut the chicken into bite-sized chunks. And that concludes the mise en place. Don't forget to wipe the board to prevent cross-contamination. The next step is to prepare the side dish, Japanese rice. And honestly, it couldn't be easier. I use a rice cooker for that, but you can easily make it in a pot on the stove. Japanese rice needs proper rinsing to clean off extra starch. Just add a bit of water, swish it around a few times, and clean everything up. Lastly, add 10% more water than rice by weight and switch the cooker on. And with that, it's time to cook the actual curry. Add a bit of oil to a large pot over a high heat. Then add all of the onions and let them brown a little bit. Once they have sufficiently softened, add the garlic and ginger, stir, and then add the chicken and stir again. Always watch the bottom of the pot. We want a bit of sticking, but nothing burnt. Adjust the heat if necessary. Once the outside of the chicken is no longer pink, add the chicken broth, then try to scrape off the good bits from the bottom. There's a ton of flavor in there, don't miss out on it. Before the curry starts cooking again, add all the add-ins. In my case, that's ground white pepper, soy sauce, mirin, ketchup and bay leaves. Bring everything to a simmer, then add the tomato and give it another stir. Sorry for steaming you. Bring everything to a simmer again, then add the last ingredients, the carrot and the potato. After a stir, everything should be barely covered. Once the curry comes back to a low boil, it's time to skim off the foam from the top. Just carefully ladle all the scum away before it dissolves back into the curry. Once you're done, simmer everything until the potatoes are done. In my case, this took about 25 minutes. As a last step, it's time to dissolve the curry roux. To do this, use a ladle in the pot, let the liquid flow into it, and then add the roux bit by bit. Make sure to dissolve the bits fully before adding the next one. The curry will thicken considerably. Add enough roux to create a firm curry. You might have noticed that we didn't use any salt so far, and that's because the roux and also the chicken stock are already very salty. Usually that's more than enough. However, now's the time to add a bit of seasoning in case you're unhappy with the result. Once everything is nice and thick, it's time to plate. Get the rice out of the rice cooker, then add it and the curry to a shallow bowl. And with that, we're done. I have to say, this is definitely one of my favorite dishes. Super fast, easy to make, and the flavor profile is surprisingly deep. It's a bit sweet, a bit salty, a bit tart, basically everything, which makes for an extremely satisfying result. Please let me know what your favorite curry ingredients are in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time!